From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us, so we may know all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Yum Kuna Ku Eva Maya E Ma Ho. Yum Kuna Ku Eva Maya E Ma Ho. Yum Kuna Ku Eva Maya E Ma Ho. All hail the harmony of mind and nature.
Welcome everybody to Wednesday night edition of the Otta's Tiny House Village. And I have a very special guest coming on, and we are hot, but on fire in our hearts in Florida. We have so much fire coming out to fulfill our assignment, to do our purpose. And so part of my journey is, of course, tiny house living. And my guest is also going to share her tiny house experience, among other things. But let me welcome my village so you can see a little bit of the traveling I've done over the last, it's coming up on almost 10 years now.
The cook put it in high. The cook put in high. And how could was in this order? Could the cook recurse cut on in high. The cook put it in high. The cook put in high. I knew demon dress with mad push loud. On the bed with mad the cool type of.
Yes. That music, Emok, is a beautiful brother. You can find his music on YouTube, and he has allowed me to play that music as much as I want. No copyright problems. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Emok. And that last house you saw with the blue door, that was all my work. That shed was given to me by the landowner to transform it, change it. And so from the inside out, I enjoyed creating a clean, healthy, tiny house of about, I think that house couldn't have been more than 8 by 8. It was crazy, but it had a bed in there. So I just fixed it up, and then he took over. So thank you all for joining us this evening. You know, Wednesday night, of course, is the night where I promote vegetable soup for women. And if this is your first time, the vegetable soup book was written by myself and 9 other authors. We came together and decided that women need some nourishment in this country, in this world. So Vegetable Soup for Women is a collection of stories by 9 authors that will nourish your body, your mind, and finances. And I decided we're selling this book on the internet, but if you send a Cash App gift for any amount, I will send you the ebook of Vegetable Soup for Women. And of course, Wednesday, I like to bring on phenomenal women. I've decided every Wednesday I'm looking, searching, reaching for phenomenal women. And just so happens, my friend Jody, my sister Jody, just pops up in Florida. And I'm saying, okay, Joni, let's get together. And more than that, the universe said, you two women need to get together. And so that's why we have titled this show the rewarding 40 days and 40 nights journey. And before I bring Jody on, I want to just mention to you what I found. 40 days represented in the Bible: Noah's flood, 40 days and nights of the flood; Yeshua, Jesus' temptation, 40 days, 40 nights in the wilderness. And others are 40-day events, including Moses fasting on Mount Sinai before receiving the 10 Commandments. So my sister Jody is right in synchronicity, in rhythm with some of the great ones from the Bible. So welcome, Jody. How are you?
So I'm really good. Thank you for having me in more ways than one. It's interesting. So you said it's right when Moses got the tablet.
Tablets.
It's interesting that you say that. So I hang out with a bunch of intuitives, and I had asked one of them, my friend Kelly, who's still in Georgia, what he saw, like what was happening, because there were so many like weird things happening. He goes, well, I don't know, it's really weird. You're wearing, because he sees, right? Because you're wearing a white gown. It's like you're Moses and you're carrying these tablets, but you're not really carrying the tablets. You're carrying your books. Like, okay.
Yeah. Truth, carrying truth.
Carrying truth, right? So, yeah, it's been very interesting. Should I kind of tell your listeners how this started 10 years ago?
Absolutely. They want to get to know you. Some of my listeners may not know you. So just give us whatever you feel you need to introduce.
So let me tell a little bit about who I am, why I do what I do, and then I'll back up to what happened 10 years ago. And we're going to do this Reader's Digest because, quite frankly, all of it is in these books, okay? Now, you have to read all three. You read one book, okay, which is Emotional Healing, Toxic-Free Living, right? But you do the workbook and then your manifestation journal because, V and I know that, manifesting is our divine right. So couldn't do a book without a manifestation journal. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, we're creators.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We manifest our own thoughts. We manifest our own destiny. And actually, now there's an NIH study that shows that all disease starts in the biofield from 1996. And so, they had to publish it because thoughts become things.
Say that again. All disease started. You said in the biofeed.
Yeah, the biofield, which is your etheric field, morphogenic field, all the same thing. So here's the thing, for your listeners who don't know me, which is probably most, I had a traumatic brain injury at the age of 8. That led to a lot of emotional dysregulation, no diagnostics. Yep, not a one, which is kind of a good thing, honestly, because they probably would have messed up my brain really bad. Right? But I couldn't read or write in the 3rd grade. And in the 6th grade, I had to have speech therapy lessons because I couldn't speak well. And my father's like, what country is she from? Because I don't know where. What? That is not my daughter. I'm like, but I look just like you. Right? So I'm your daughter. I just think I'm like, we'll get there, Daddy. So that's the 6th grade. We'll fast forward to 1997. Right, when I was launching the debit card program for the United States and internationally, and I was in the parking lot at work and fell down and tore my rotator cuff, and this was a huge workman's comp debacle. And we're talking about this for a reason, so kind of anchor that one in. It was a workman's comp debacle where they never did a diagnostic, wouldn't do an MRI, nothing, no X-rays on my shoulder, and instead they said the pain's all in your head. You need to go see a psychiatrist. And so what I'm here to tell you, they're absolutely correct. The pain is all in our head, but it's not what they were saying. They were just trying to get me hooked on drugs. And but we'll talk about the subconscious mind, okay, and how our thoughts become things and how it's an NIH study. So during that time, so this is 1997, they put me on 8 drugs just to get the party started. They, at the end of 10 different clinical trials, they kept me on all the drugs from all those trials, and I was on 50 drugs at the same time, all in the name of, Yetta, better mental health. Let that sink in for your listeners, right? So I was on 50 drugs in the name of better mental health. In what world? Right?
Big pharma world.
Mm-hmm.
Lots
and
of money.
is for
money.
entertainment purposes only, just so y'all know, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so now both parents died 18 months apart, and I go on disability. It was much as my body could take, and that's where I had one of my spiritual awakenings. I was studying to become a bat mitzvah at the age of 53. And my mom came to me in spirit with a friend. Didn't know who the friend was, but he seemed like a good guy. And that was Jesus. And Jesus saved my life and gave me direction on what doctors to go to. I started praying differently, hearing differently. I prayed until I could hear him. Okay. And I learned how to do that, through the guidance of people who knew how to access the Christ consciousness. And so that's 2016. And I've been traveling for 10 years. Okay. So in 2016, I moved because I was being evicted from my apartment. And I was being evicted from my apartment because the landlord's not paying his mortgage. And so it got acquired on the auction block by a guy in the mafia. So okay, you just can't make this up.
Really?
So it's
very entertaining.
Right? That's why we wrote a book about it. So what happened was every year I'm moving. And what one of my girlfriends said to me, who's one of us, is God uses us like an acupuncture needle to, like we're a point, to do the healing for that area. And Fagla is trying to tell me that don't forget us. We've been on this journey with you for the 10 years. This is the same time that they both came into my life.
Yeah. Tell them who they are.
Oh, goodness gracious. Fagla, and should we let you guys? Okay, I guess we're going to let him out. Fagla is the reincarnation of my grandfather, and Tinkerbell is the reincarnation of my step-grandmother. And they are my 2 parrots, and they will be coming out here in a moment. And they are beautiful spiritual beings. So, and I made that logo for you, didn't I?
And do you think all animals are spiritual beings? Pretty much. If we are consciously aware of that, that energy.
Oh, yeah. And some of them are good spiritual beings and some are not so good.
Yeah.
Some are sent by the other side.
Right. But
so we can I'm not saying that they're all spiritual and they're here to save us or give us a good message. I am an expert at resonance, which means I can identify a frequency. And when it comes to me, I know what it's filled with light or if it's not filled with light. And so if there's 2 cockroaches in a room, okay, one could be filled with light and just there to bring a message. And I have seen the other one that is not. And the one that was filled with light got a cup and we took it outside and we saved it and we got him back in. And God, when the other one was not, we'll just leave. We will not share that story. But essential oils was in the mix.
That's right. That's how we to send them on to the next dimension. essential oils. Most insects do not like essential oils. I have found out too strong for them.
Yeah.
We can handle it on our bodies, but those insects are like, they're strangled. So there they are. Fagula. Oh wait, who's that?
Fagula. Tinkerbell's a little shyer. Do you want to come out just for a minute to say hello, and then you can go back to your condo? Okay, just don't fight. Give it 1 second. Okay. Well, you got a ring. That's good. We got a wing. All right. So now let's go. I went through a divorce last year, a year ago, and 3 days. It was 90. Well, it would be a year ago that I got the divorce on the 25th. So in 3 days. Okay. And from that time, it was weird. I was not really doing my full work, right? Like I know I was working with individuals a little bit, but the work I was supposed to be doing wasn't coming through. And it was ironic. I didn't know why. It was because I had to prepare for the next
40 days.
Well, the next passage of life, right? And so my lease ended in the end of April, and I hadn't brought on a corporation yet for my corporate wellness. I'm a corporate wellness executive now because I reversed all those silly conditions that were brought on by the Western medical clubs over medication. I was like 235 pounds, nearly dead. And I reclaimed my health. I became trained in, pulse electromagnetic frequencies, nutrition, light therapy, brainwave entrainment. I am a brain health professional. When you have a crappy brain, the best way to do it is to figure it out and for yourself and, and give it to God, right? To the art of surrender. That's right. I think that kind of gives them an idea of the past. Is that right? Can we?
Yeah. Okay. Leading right up to the first 40-day journey.
Yeah. And I just wanted to I'm trying to do this part as fast as possible because the next part's really interesting and I think it's biblical. Okay. So when I was separated and going through the divorce with my husband, former husband, it was November 1st. I'm trying to do some reconciliation and that didn't go well. And God spoke to me and said, Jody, the power is not in the control. It's in the surrender, right? That's where your power lies.
Absolutely.
So I've been practicing this stupidity thing called surrender, right? So I was practicing. They said, you need a little bit more practice. And so here we are. I moved out of my home April 30th. And I'm like, God, I don't know where I'm going. You haven't been sending me business. It's not like I don't try. Anybody who knows me knows, I've been
you're all business.
I'm all business. I've been an entrepreneur all my life, and when I wasn't an entrepreneur, I pretended to be one. Okay. So
that's right.
There. So, I don't get it. And then of course there were other healers like us that were also having financial issues. And then we figured out it was spiritual, right? Like we had some work to do. So, and that's a different podcast, but, 10 days, maybe 15 days before, my girlfriend calls me. She needs help with healing, doesn't have the money to do it. And I need a place to stay. Okay.
So bingo comes together.
Right. I put everything in storage. I just take the bare minimum and I move in with her. And exactly 40 days and 40 nights, I'm being called to come to Florida, to Zephyr Hills. And then another situation presents itself in 40 days and 40 nights, and you show up to support this next 40 days and 40 nights. Right. And you know, here's what 40 days and 40 nights has meant to me, okay? 40 days and 40 nights is a recurring time frame symbolizing a period of testing, trial, purification, and preparation before a major spiritual transition. And so the questions, I'm presenting to myself and to the universe is, what is the testing? So can we start there?
Oh yeah, that's the big one.
Okay, so the testing is, and let me go back to childhood. I told you I had a brain, a traumatic brain injury, and I had emotional dysregulation issues. And I will tell you that lasted what felt like a lifetime. The testing was to be presented with situations that would have triggered my past, that I can just not be triggered anymore and stay yoked with a higher power, to God for me and Jesus for me, but to stay yoked to a higher power. And the other day I was nose to nose with a man, and toe to toe with a man who was threatening me. And I just said, "You have no authority over me." I said, "The only one who has authority over me is God." And I didn't budge, and I wasn't mean, and I wasn't, I was just like, peace. I was trying to make peace, and he just wanted to make war. And this guy's basically a stranger too. This is not an intimate relationship I have, right? This is somebody I met recently in the last 40 days who represents, as a character in a play, someone from my past. That was a test. Can she be faced with a situation that would have triggered her that was from her childhood, and can she just stand with God? And the answer was yes, by the way. And when you can't do that, then you have to do what I call the all clear protocol. Where you clear the frequency in your cells, the subconscious mind, the biofield, past lives, all of that. But that is an idea of the testing, right? The other test is, what other things have I been triggered with that has not been resolved? I mean, we don't have to go through the list, right? But what is my personal list of the things that I've been triggered that whether it's by somebody or an experience, someone's going to just be cuddled. You can be cuddled. So what are the triggers or the experiences, and can I just stand in my light? And when I'm not able to stand in my light, I take care of it like that so that I pass the test. Make sense?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise another test will come.
Until you pass.
That's right. Always. Yeah.
And that kind of takes care of, what am I purifying? I'm purifying my soul, because if I'm still a trigger or a reaction to somebody's wound, because that's what it is, somebody else's wound, and that means I have not healed my wound. You and I are doing a good job at recognizing opportunities. Okay, go inside. What do you guys want? Okay, they're talking because they have a question. So what is it that you want the audience to know? Oh, got it. Forgive me.
Forgiveness?
Well, forgiveness, everything surrounds forgiveness, but I'm asking them to forgive me, because the truth of the matter is, these two girls are spiritual healers. They've been with me for 10 years, and they want people to know their part in supporting me. And they want to make sure that your audience knows that your pet is likely your spiritual guardian if you decide to open your eyes and look at it. Okay. Does that cover that part? The pet. Okay. Do you hear this squawking?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we went to the lake in Zephyr Hills. They're typically quiet unless they have something to say. And Tinkerbell started speaking. And I found myself surrounded by different birds. They called them all in to support mommy. They commanded the universe, they commanded the earth to support mommy on this mission. And it's your divine right to do that on your own or to have your spiritual team do it for you. Does that cover that, Pagala, Tinkerbell? Yes or yes? Is there anything else that they need to know? No. Okay. Thank you. Would you allow the audience to listen to the rest? Which would mean less talking. Yeah?
You know, but so many people have pets and they don't see that spiritual connection, and they look at their pets as property. Have you found that to be true on your journey, that those who have pets are at what's the degree of awareness in the people you've met who have pets and how they see their pets?
So I see the gamut. I see people who, like my girlfriend Lisa has a beautiful dog, and she knows that this cutest dog on the planet is here to support her spiritually, but the dog also has to get activated and grow because she's still a puppy. And then I don't really see people very much. Hold on. What else? They have an opinion.
They have what?
They have an opinion.
Oh, of course.
They said that most people treat their animals, their pets, as like crap. And they want people to know that's not how that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be they say it's supposed to be a symbiotic relationship. And if you're not choosing a symbiotic relationship with your pets, you're missing the boat. Anything else on that? Yes. What else? Oh. And they said, filter their water. They said your pets are typically smaller than you, and your pets are taking a hit for you because they're going to go first because you're serving us water that has not been filtered. And they said, Mommy, make sure they know bottled water is not filtered. It's toxic.
Well, tap water. I don't know. I wonder if pets are if people are giving their pets water right out the faucet.
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
But so faucet water, although highly toxic, you know that, is not as toxic as bottled water. Bottled water is worse. It has 240,000 contaminants in a bottle that you paid for.
Now, do you think it helps to boil tap water for your dogs, or that wouldn't make any difference?
No, it just makes it more dense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they always recommend boiling water when there's some contamination in the filter.
That's honey.
Yeah.
So I have a solution for that.
Yeah.
So I have these tablets. I haven't got them on my website yet. But remember, we were using, here it is, this spray bottle.
Yeah.
And this is the Echo Clean, but we now call it the Luma Clean. And you press the button, it's put in filtered water, right? And it gives hypochlorous acid, which kills bacteria, right? And you're probably going, well, what does that have to do with the boil order? I now have this in tablets. And if there's a boil order, you pop in the tablet that kills off all the unfriendly bacteria and parasites, hypochlorous acid tablets, and now you have clean water. Or you could buy one of my water filters, you know. But I mean, there's something for everybody.
So let me put your website up right now because you keep mentioning it. Give me the name of your website again.
So I'll just post it. It's SusanEssentials.com, and I'll post it in the chat. So, oh, that's a studio chat. Is that the right? That's a private here.
So Essentials.
Yeah. So you have it in the private chat, and I also just presented it on.
I'm going to try and pull that up actually on the screen so they can take a look at it. Because when you say it's not on your website yet, let's just take a look at
Well,
what
I have the Echo Clean. I mean, and they can look at the website, you know, on a. You want to come up? Come on up. Come on. Oh, they have something else they want everyone to know.
Okay.
For entertainment entertainment purposes only. And Fagala is a white belly kaik, and Tinkerbell is a sun conure.
Okay.
And I want you to know the sun is good for you. You've been lied to. Okay. And get out into the sun. They said sun doesn't kill, it heals.
Thank you. Thank you. We need that reminder from our pets, huh? If you didn't get it as a human, let's hear the birds tell you.
Yeah. And so this is the what I'm doing. So let me go back to the questions that we came up with was, you know, what is the spiritual transition that I have to be ready for, and how does that relate to corporate wellness? Okay.
Right.
Yeah, those are those transition photos. So look, I needed to be prepared to really understand the mindset of people not like me, right? Not like me. Understanding the different generation mindsets and then the individual mindset. Make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So, and yes, I'm getting there. Practice grace.
Practice what again?
Grace.
Grace, absolutely. Grace and gratitude.
Mm-hmm. Gratitude and grace, absolutely. Come here. So, why?
Good question. Why? What difference does it make?
Well, first of all, people are doing the best that they can with what they got.
Yeah.
They want me to remember that I was lied to, just like they were, about how we heal. And how does this relate to corporate wellness? It allows me to be, look, I have to be a chameleon. I have to be a servant leader. That means I need to find a way to lead these people out of. There you go. Come on. There you go, girl. I have to find a way. Back in the body, back in timeline, back in dimension. Bring in sacred space to your body and all life. There we go. I have to find a way to lead these people basically out of bondage. Because if you don't have medical freedom and you don't understand what your environment is doing and how it's impacting your brain, which then impacts how you feel physically, if you do not understand that, you are in slavery. You are in bondage. and I'm here to let you go free.
So, on this 40-day journey you're on, how much resistance and support are you experiencing in terms of maybe percentage wise? When you look back even at the people you've lived with, encountered, met, what would you say is the percentage of like resistance and the percentage of actual support? Yes, I'm with you. I know this is what we need to be doing, and I'm on the same path, and I'm aligned with. What's going on there?
75-25.
75 what? Resistance? Support. That's pretty good.
20. The last one was highly resistant, but they were committed to a lifestyle that is destructive to the body. Drugs, alcohol, smoking. And I witnessed the nonsense and the chaos and what it does to the brain. And you kind of witnessed it too when we were listening to it the other night, right? Where there's an inability for what I'll call flow, logic flow. And that's the people, that was 25% of the people. I'm getting there. They just want to be on the show. You know this, right?
Yeah.
But the real question that I want to answer for you about the resistance should be, how resistant am I? How willing am I to go into flow? And I'm going to tell you, I didn't have a choice. I had to be in flow. I had to be willing to pivot. I had to quiet my mind, listen to God, and listen, be present in the moment. I still have to be present in the moment. Every moment I have to remind myself, be present in the moment. Because if I'm not present in the moment, then I can't. Go ahead. Yeah.
That is the challenge in that, is many of us go back to our childhood so often because that's where we had the most challenges, the most pain, the most suffering, and so to be present, I think we are saying we're graduating in this 40-day period. We're being purified. The more present we are, the more purified we feel, the more in line we feel. And then the minute we go back to our childhood, we're like, man, what's that all about? But it needs to be healed if we keep going back to it, I think. What do you say?
Oh, says 100%. I mean, that's spot on, right? I mean, you couldn't have said it more eloquently.
Oh, thank you. That's good to know. And then that's where we see, I don't know, do you see the resistance when people keep going back to the past? Or is the support more like they've already dealt with the past? They're like, let's stay in the present.
Well, here's the part that they don't understand.
Yeah.
One person I stayed with kept on saying, I keep on thinking of, and fill in the blank of the person's name. In the book, so I'm going to pause that for a moment. I'm going to take you to the book and say that in the book, I reframe mental health for humanity backed by world leaders in neuroscience, right? And in the book, I explain how when you have when you have a disruption, meaning a toxic, what are you saying? You want me to talk about Patrick Porter? Okay. We will do that. Could you go down, right, stop there? You passed it. Yeah, well, there's Patrick Porter. Can you go up, though, until you see the device? That's the brain tap. This is the brainwave entrainment they want me to bring to corporate America. That paired with pulse electromagnetic frequencies and other red light devices. And if you go up a little bit more, that's a Centropics mat that we pair with it. So it's a big deal. And it allows you to gently retrain your brain. And the programs are endorsed by BrainTap and Freeman Formula. What else? you know, this is not going to be, the show is getting distorted with your loud voice. Yeah, people cannot hear anything if you're screaming. They cannot hear anything if you're screaming. Right. Okay. So we bring people peace. All right.
Do you have your book on here somewhere? I was trying to find a cover.
Yeah, go all the way to the very top. And if you click on Health Solutions, the drop down, and then go to Healing Book.
Okay.
And I am up for Author of the Year.
Emotional healing,
Nice.
toxic free living,
Oh, beautiful. Love that.
model new behavior,
There it is.
reset old belief system.
Oh, go. That's my mom.
Time to take control of your spiritual health. Release the past, embrace the new you. Invoke the intuitive soul within you. Live your life with ease and grace. It is your divine right to heal. His life.
So I really like to browse through that to see how creative that's put together. Beautiful, beautiful job. And so people want to go, you want to go to her website just to explore. It's amazing. I think website should teach people something as well as inspire them to to invest in you and what you're doing. And there's the book. So that's a beautiful place to start to get to know Jody is her website. She has made it a really interesting place to visit on the website. And then you can really go deeper with the book and all the other information. Beautiful. Well done, Jody. Well done.
So I would like to say this. The book became an international award-winning book in less than 90 days after publication, and now I'm up for Author of the Year. So,
and you put a lot of work into that. I know I've traveled that journey somewhat with you, the work you were putting into it.
Yeah. And so the book is really a path for you to become the best version of yourself. And it comes with a workbook. And because your path is different than mine, but the questions are not different. So I pose the questions in the book, okay? And then you have pages where you can answer the questions. And I suggest that you write this in pencil, okay? That's the workbook.
Why? Because it'll change?
What?
You said write it in pencil because it will change?
No. Because when you write in pencil, it has a vibration to it, unlike a pen. And so it goes deeper into the neural network of the brain as you release. It goes deeper into that network. Always use a pencil if you can. When you're manifesting, when you're releasing, because that vibration in your finger connects to the brain.
Today is going to be my peaceful day. That was the message from the monks for over 200 days, whatever, how many days, that you writing, just what you said, writing with a pencil connects you and seals your affirmation. So it's, as Jody said, it's important to write it down. As you read the work that she's done, you'll be connecting. You're more than just writing and reading, it's connecting you to source, really, and aligning you with source.
Yeah. And if I may, I want to make sure people understand my path is not your path. Okay. And so the questions that are posed in that book and the workbook are meant for you to find your path. The questions are the same for everybody for the most part, right? Not all the way through, but for the most part, the questions are the same for everyone. And then the answers will drive your purpose. So if you want to find your purpose, and it's all available on Amazon.
Amazon.com for Jody Susan's beautiful creative work. Now, what would you say has been the most rewarding part of your 40-day, 40-night journeys that you've been? Give us some of the highlights so that people might be inspired to take this journey as well.
No one's inspired to take the journey.
They gotta be because you.
I was forced into it.
But look at the growth that has come out of it. You know as well as I do that it may be hard at first, but okay, let's just say at the beginning of your 40, think back the beginning of the 40-day journey and the end. What was in between? You can maybe share a little bit about what was in between and what happened at the end.
Well, let me start at the beginning if you don't mind. Gratitude.
Yeah.
Tons of it. And it's been a lot of gratitude throughout the entire time. The middle was finding inner peace. So here's what God really wanted me to test for. He's like, hey, Rev Jode, can you be the peace in the midst of the chaos? Now you saw firsthand, and we're not going to talk about it here, but you saw firsthand the chaos in the last, 5 days?
Right.
And I stayed in peace.
Right.
I was stressed, but I didn't blow. I didn't blow my top. I got a little cranky, especially with the heat, but the heat was what was making me cranky, not the people. Make sense?
Oh yeah. A lot of people can't take the Florida heat.
Yeah, that's crappy. I think we need to give Florida a new template. So.
But see, that's what makes the beaches so wonderful, because when this hot weather hits, the beaches are the place to be, and you can be out there and roast and get your tan, but then the water heals, the water refreshes, just the beach and the water. So we got to get to the beach. That's the key in Florida.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Is the sun? Do you think people need to be in the sun?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What about people who say the sun's harmful? What do you tell them?
What about people who do what?
Who say the sun is harmful? What do you tell them?
They need to do some reading and research, because look at the plants, look at all the things that are in the sun that are blossoming and growing, and the sun. Once you take the journey that my friend Ellie Tom Elamine takes, he doesn't eat, he doesn't drink. He is nourished by all of nature. And if you don't consider the sun, the clouds, the sky, and we were riding through on this road where there were just trees packed in there. The whole road was nothing but trees on both sides. No houses, right? Just trees. And all I said to Jody, I got to just put my hand, I am nourished by all these trees. So the same with the sun. I think people have been given this fear element or education that the sun is going to cause cancer, which is not the truth. It's what's inside that's going to cause the cancer. So that's my answer to whether the sun is harmful. Hell no, it's nourishing all of us. Just got to restrict it.
So the science supports you, right? The science,
right.
Supports what you're saying.
Yeah.
We know that the sun charges the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse or the energy center of the cell.
Yeah.
What do you want me to ask her now? What do you want me to ask you now?
I don't know what these I don't know what you wrote there.
I said, hi, Naima.
Your book. You had some posts.
Oh, I put the link to Amazon, and it ended up being a really long link.
Oh, okay.
So let me see if I can put in a different link for Amazon.
Naima's here. Sounds like a fascinating spiritual journey. Thanks for sharing your wisdom. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Naima is the executive producer of The Female Solution, which is where Jody and I met, how we met. We were both host on Naima's platform, The Female Solution, and we never met in person for quite a while, but we just kept that connection, And then we finally met. Was it here? It was in Florida, wasn't it?
Yeah, my former husband and
Yeah.
I were here for a conference. It was 2023. I want to tell you, it's where you and I met. Wow, first in
Yeah.
person.
Right.
Also, where I met Jeremy Freeman of Freeman Formula, who endorses my book, and where I met Dr. Patrick Porter, who endorses my book and my programs both. And so, what I'll tell you is 2023 was an amazing transformational year, and here
And connecting, right, to people are really good people.
of you think so. Girls, what else is it that you want the world to know?
So I would say, Jody, from
Not more birds. And she says hello to Naima,
more birds, more birds.
and she says hello to Naima.
But I would say, Jody, along with you, the reward part of the rewards is the really good people that you run into, that remain your friends or you remain contacted with them, that help us grow. That help us grow.
Mhm.
Because if you're not growing, these people don't need to be in your life, right? On the way, we drop off some friends and we bring on some friends. So on this journey, we're like riding this big bus. We bring some new friends on and we say, okay, your time to get off the bus, guys.
Well, and that was the disappointing thing for me. So I still have a lot of my friends from grade school.
From grade school?
Who I still talk to. Okay. Grade school. Yeah, for sure. And when I got on this spiritual journey, shush, please. So masking tape is coming out soon.
Oh, no. We love, we love the sound. Go ahead. We hear you. We hear. I think
But the audience can't hear what we're saying as long as
we can hear you. Yeah, we can.
Okay, come on. So when in 2016, I started this journey 10 years ago, and I would meet people and they would drop off, and I used to personalize it because I've always had these same friends all my life, right? And like I think you said, or one of my friends said, some come for a reason, a season, or whatever, a lifetime, or whatever. But the point is that some are just here to teach us a lesson. And then the other lesson is, on this journey, I'm getting to it. It's like the peanut gallery.
It's music to our ears. We hear music. I
Mm.
know I know you hear music.
The last lesson was faith.
Faith.
Faith in God and faith in His timing.
Yeah. Absolutely. I did a show about the impact Michael Jackson had
I saw it. Yeah,
after he transitioned.
I know. No.
So what, the people that leave us, like you said, it was sad to have these people leave, and that was something you had to get over. But when they leave, there's always something we can remember about them. And I think Spirit reminds us about those people on the journey, that remember what the lesson you learned from so-and-so. Remember, well, look at Michael Jackson is transforming 3 major industries now. And the leaving of these souls from our lives is teaching us that they have work to do just like us. And they can't do it with us. You know what I mean? So that's why they got to go. That's what my lesson is on these brief, quick journeys, is that the people who I meet, the people I don't. I just lost Jonathan Blount. I was telling about. I wanted to mention a shout out to his family, because Jonathan Blount transitioned. He was probably 81 years old. This man had an incredible life. as the founder of Essence Magazine. He is now on the other side, but he impacted my life in a huge way, huge way. Just because he shared his whole journey from riches to homelessness. So the people who leave, whether it's in transitioning out of their body, or the people who just get off the bus and take another route, another means of transportation, they all leave an impact on me, whether they stay or go. I don't have very many childhood friends. I don't have any, not one. But I have a few women I met in high school who I'm still in touch with. But childhood, nah, they weren't on the same path.
Well, great. I'm glad you mentioned that. So those friends are not on the same path. We have a soul bond. And so the purpose, one of the things that I'm here to teach people is you can love people where they're at. You don't have to be their best friend. You don't have to agree with them, but you can just agree to disagree. And that's the problem. That's why people aren't staying in relationship. They're filled with fear when someone has a different mindset than theirs. The reason I was having a complication where I was at the last 40 days was because one of the person who resided on the property didn't have the same definition of Christ or spirit or how we pray. And he says, I don't know who your God is, right? Because I don't speak the language that he speaks. And we are many people, not me, not me. We're seeking similarity and sameness. And if we shift that and go to differences and value and celebrate the differences, that's a sweet spot. Because we were not supposed. Imagine you're stuck on a desert island and you got 10 of you. 10 of you. Who's building the teepee? Right?
Yeah.
Right? If you all have the same skill sets, you're screwed.
Yeah.
If you all have the same mindset, you're screwed.
Yeah. And especially we have a problem with people playing the race card, which just shows the ignorance of not knowing people from a different culture who can really help you in your life and who can really be a friend, who can love you. But if we hesitate to embrace differences, like you said, we're going to lose out because you're missing out on the lessons that person has learned that they might want to share with you. So,
and let's say you don't agree.
Well, most times.
Right?
That's right.
I mean, people are not going to be at the same place as you. I can promise you. It's not happening. So, if you're going to continue to exclude people because they don't think the same way that you think, it's going to get lonely. Really, it's going to get lonely.
Yeah. And I've been alone quite a bit in the last 5, 6, 7 weeks now, just really purifying like you. And when I come out of it, like you said, Jody, I have to accept that we're not going to all agree and we're all different, and I have to accept it and not get upset about it. Don't get triggered. That's one of the biggest lessons for us is being triggered and knowing how to respond, right? Not react with anger, but respond with thoughtfulness, listening, awareness of I'm on this 40-day journey and I'm here to learn something. Most of it is patience, love, and compassion, and wisdom and gratitude. That's my final word on it. And Jody, how would you sum it up for our audience on this 40-day journey that you're having so much fun on?
I am actually. I would say seek peace, have gratitude, right? And if you just seek peace, look, you don't have to be right on everything, but you do need to seek peace because you don't win anything when you're right. Right? And create
Absolutely.
boundaries, stand in who you are, in your authenticity. Be who you are, be authentic to who you are. If you're authentic to who you are, you're good. Anything you want to add, Tinkerbell or Fagala? They said adopt a bird.
Hey, I think that's better than dogs in cages. I have a problem with dogs in cages in people's houses, but I've seen a lot of that over the years. So yeah, I'd adopt a bird and put him in a cage rather than any other animal. So
Well, but they're out of their cages. You saw a good
yeah,
portion of the day,
yeah,
and for them, the cage is their house.
yeah.
You know, they've got a
Protection.
cage, an outdoor cage, a traveling
Yeah,
cage.
yeah.
So, or I call their cages condos
That's right.
or a tiny house.
And they're happy because they're fed and their cages are clean. You're an excellent pet care, taking care of pets. your,
Well, they're not my pet.
your friends, your children,
Yeah,
children.
yeah. I don't own them.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you really want the truth, I think they own me. Because I'm the one doing the work. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm doing the physical work. They're doing all the spiritual work.
That's right. Thank goodness. I give thanks. I give thanks for you and those two beautiful creatures that are blessing more than you. They're blessing my family. And every time, just as Naima said, you start missing these creatures. Once you meet them, you're going to miss them. But they bring us so many lessons of love and compassion and truth, really. Truth. Look at those colors. That's truth.
Well, yeah, she's the one who taught me to. So let me just show you this. The first page of each book starts with lead with love. Okay. This girl taught me that.
Lead with love.
Mm-hmm. And this one, she's shyer about it, like, because she doesn't want to be on camera. But her nickname, Tinkerbell's nickname, is Sweetness. Because she's
appropriate.
So. Mm-hmm.
Very appropriate. Well, we have come. Oh, we're over the hour. Wow, that went fast. Oh, so we still got a little work to do. So thank you so much, Jody, for bringing the girls on and sharing your book. And let's remember, everybody, to go out or go to Jody's website and read. I say go to her website and just spend time being inspired and enjoying all the things that she offers to help improve your life, your body, your mind.
You are an HR executive. You are a third-party administrator. You are the CEO of a corporation. I want to talk to you because I'll save your bottom line. That's my goal, to bring this work to brainwave entrainment to corporate America. And now I'm ready to go.
Yay! All right.
I graduate in 40 days. Or 20
Yay! Here we go again.
38 days or 37 days, something like that.
Right. Thank you again. We love you. And thank you all for joining us now and later. Please share this with your friends who need an uplift and some truth about taking these 40-day journeys. They're exciting. So don't miss out. Plan your own 40-day, even if it's just a purification process for 40 days. You'll be excited and you'll get the rewards just as Jody's getting. So we'll have to bring you back again for the report on the end of the 40-day journeys, the new lessons, because we know you're going to learn new lessons.
Always. Yeah.
Yes. So, all right, we'll see you soon. And namaste to all my yogi friends. Sat Nam.
8:07. We're going to go. Bye.
Ashe O. And aho, and shalom.
Sa hapa akapapa R Penenza put na kukakana sa R Kahus di ki alam sa ora Azem pa hakakepu katarak Adir ke hen Tashiya mushi wapasaw kawun The fear mu the kabili akalat nun Akikiki kabun juwa pata sad Anu kira was Luka papa garat Anu na wood for papa lag Anu akapatua akakadat Anu Kadua na kotidesin iyat Anu kadua la mata was patarak Atu fi pamarat Di kahabos Anu panas na supa tu akat na hos Nakukabura inha Yeah, nakukabura inha Inha kawa sa endi sa ora Kadua nakukrukus kano